good morning and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Wednesday morning. Good morning to you wherever you're joining us from. And if you're joining us live, of course, good morning to you, and hopefully we'll say good morning further to you. But for those of you that are joining us later on the recordings, I hope you are having yourself a beautiful day, or had yourself a beautiful day, and I hope you enjoy this amazing story. And today we are reading The Sky is the Limit, a celebration of all things you can do. And this one is written by Lisa Swerling and Ralph Lazar. Yes, good morning to you and welcome to Storytime for today. Thank you so much. I'm glad you could join in. Good morning to you. All right. Harmony Beth, how are you doing? Good to see you as always. Thank you so much for joining in. How are you today? And yes, Chriselle, good to see you. Good morning to you, and good morning to you, Clay. And of course, Rocco, I hope, Rocco, you are having a good time with your classes. I know you cannot be with us live, but I hope you can get to see the story later on and enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you. All right, good morning to you, Brian from Emerson. How are you doing? And good morning to you, Juliana. Thank you so much for joining us. Madelina Ayen joining in with Tudor as always. Tudor, high five right back at you. Thank you so much for joining in this morning. And you're joining us from cloudy San Francisco. Yes, and it is extending indeed to out here in Auckland as well. Good morning to you, Tudor, and good morning to you, Madelina. Sarah, how are you doing? Sarah Black and Chip, how are you doing? And you're joining in with Oliver. Where are you joining us from? Good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining Storytime today. Welcome, welcome. Cake Coffee, thank you for the message yesterday. Absolutely appreciated it. Good to see you, Anais. Good morning to you. And of course, good morning to you, Axel, as well. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Yes, welcome to Storytime. And today we're reading The Sky is the Limit. Good morning to you, Harmony Beth. Is it? Oh, I am glad you love this one. Say thanks for rereading one of my favorites. Yes, indeed. It has become a staple on my shelf as well, and in my readings with different groups. Thank you so much. I enjoy this one, and I'm glad that you do too, Harmony Beth. Good morning to you, Ellen, in Chicago. How are you doing? You're saying sunny and mild. It sounds better than I have here, Ellen. It is cloudy out here in Auckland, but I will take cloudy any day. Yes, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us today. And if you're joining us later, good morning to you as well. But remember that, yes, our big giveaway is getting closer and closer, and we'll be giving away this Max inspired hat, and it was created by our very own Storytime's Chriselle Bell. Yes, one of our regulars, and she's been here from day one herself, and Rocco and Clay, and we appreciate you. And this giveaway is amazing because this hat can be adjusted to fit any head. So yes, any head size. It can be kids or adults, and so we'll see who gets to walk away with this on Friday when we do the drawing. So I hope you're ready for that one. And just by saying good morning to Mr. Limada, you are entered into the draw. If you comment on our event or comment on a recording later on, you're still entered into the draw, and this will be going away on Friday. And yes, it is done by Chriselle Bell out in Long Beach, California. Yes, do check out their platforms and see all the other amazing work that they do. Thank you so much. All right, Sarah, you say, Sarah and Oliver, you're saying you're in Michigan. Thank you so much for joining in, and welcome to Storytime, and good morning to you both. Thank you so much. And to you, Sharon Lungo, as well, with Soraya. How are you doing today? Good to see you on Storytime, and I hope you're ready for this feel-good book that we have today. The Sky is the Limit. And to you, Jessica Fontino, how are you doing? Desmond, I hope you're having yourself a beautiful time in Oklahoma, and hope to see you back in the Bay Area very soon. But enjoy yourself out there. And of course, Storytime is here to make it even more, even a little bit better, right? All right, so we're here together and getting ready to get started with The Sky is the Limit. Amanda, Frank, how are you doing? And you're joining in with Maeve and Stella, also in Michigan. All right. Welcome, welcome, Michigan representing big time today. Thank you so much for joining in, and welcome to Storytime, Maeve and Stella, and of course Amanda. Thank you so much for joining Storytime today. Let us get started with our reading, and we have The Sky is the Limit, a celebration of all the things you can do. And this one is by Lisa Swerling and Ralph Lazar. And of course, we're reading it with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And always appreciative of Chronicle Books for allowing us to read so many great books right here on Storytime. All right, let us get started. A world full of wonder is waiting for you. The sky is the limit of what you can do. There are roads to be traveled. And dreams to unfold. Magic to conjure. And tales to be told. Cakes to be gobbled. Oh yes. And spoons to be licked. Cupboards to hide in, and friends to be tricked. One of my favorite things to do. And friends to be tricked. Yes. Feet to be tickled, and backs to be scratched. Maps to be followed, and plans to be hatched. Yes. Bikes to be ridden. Oh yeah. And fences to mend. Fortunes to squirrel. And fortunes to spend. Trees to be clambered, and bubbles to pop. Lakes to be dived in, and bellies to flop. Costumes to dazzle. And parties to throw. Rainstorms to run in, and flowers to grow. Teams to be a part of, and trophies to shine. Beans to be planted, and beanstalks to climb. Knots to untangle, and boats to be sailed. Hills to be rode down, and peaks to be scaled. Causes to work for, and letters to write. Stars to sleep under, friends to hold tight. Lives to imagine, and hands to be held. Poems to whisper, and songs to be yelled. Lessons to learn, and books to read. Yes. Each holding a glimpse of what lies ahead. On land and by air, and in dreams that come true, with blue skies and sunshine. This world awaits you. The end. Well, kids, I hope you enjoyed that one. I certainly did. Yes, and that was The Sky is the Limit, a celebration of all the things you can do. Keep on dreaming and those dreams will come true. And yes, I hope that you have the people in your lives to help you to get to those dreams. All right, Mr. Limada wishes you the very best, and I believe that you can do it. Thank you so much for joining Storytime today, and I hope that that made you happy, that made you feel uplifted, because it did just that for me. And thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. As always, we had a great book, and I enjoyed it so much, and I hope you did as well. But remember that we are still doing our giveaway, and the draw is happening this Friday, so please do join in, say hi to Mr. Limada, and of course be entered to win this amazing crown that is inspired by where the wild things are, yes, which we're reading on Friday. Thank you so much to you, Chriselle Bell, for making that one for us. But remember that we are back tomorrow with another exciting reread from past story times, and this time we'll be reading our very own Jen Riggs Vedder's Down by the Station. So do join in for that one. Remember, this one is a sing-along book, so yes, you can join in after a few pages. I'm sure you will be jumping on with Mr. Limada and singing along. All right, and yes, be ready for some singing with Mr. Limada tomorrow. All right, thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Let's see who else is with us today. Thank you, Sharon Lungo and Soraya, of course, one more time. Thank you so much for joining Storytime today. And to you, Jessica and Desmond out in Oklahoma at this point, enjoy your time there, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Maeve and Stella, welcome to Storytime all the way out in Michigan. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Maeve and Stella. And to you, Cosby and Cullen, I'm glad you could catch us today live. Yes, late, but better late than never. You're here. Thank you so much, Cullen, for joining in. And of course, you are joining in from Delaware, Ohio. Thank you so much for joining in. Sheba Chanda, all the way out in Zambia. Thank you as always. Good to see you here. Thank you so much. Have yourselves a beautiful evening and a good night with Benjamin out in Lusaka. Thank you so much. To you, Tendai Chineva, all the way out in Los Angeles, and you're joining in with Ethan and Ian. Thank you so much for joining us today. You are very welcome. I hope you enjoyed that one. A must-have for your collection. The Sky is the Limit. Thank you so much for joining in today. Chriselle, thank you so much. And you say good luck to everyone for the raffle. Well, thank you to you for this amazing giveaway. Thank you so much for, making it happen. Enid, thank you so much. Good to see you here. Sorry I missed you the other day. I am glad you're here. Heather Farah, thank you so much for joining in. And where are you today? Walnut Creek, Oregon, or are you in San Francisco? Good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining in Storytime. As always from me, we're back tomorrow. Remember, Down by the Station by Jen Riggs Vedder and Frank Remkowitz. Do join us for that one. But from me today, it is much love as always, and I will see you tomorrow. Have yourselves a beautiful Wednesday. Bye-bye.